It's a beautiful morning. I think I'll go outside for a while and just smile. Just taking some clean, fresh air. Oh, no sense in staying inside. If the weather's fine and you got the time, it's your chance to wake up and plan another brand new day. Either way, it's a beautiful morning. Each bird keeps singing his own song. So long, I've got to be on my way now. Hi, this is Scott Jordan, and you are watching live here at Cellars of Sonoma in beautiful Healdsburg, California. So, welcome to TV Tuesday Live.
Yeah, it's great outside. It's
Dave,
a little wind breeze going on there.
Got Dave in the house.
Yeah.
Got Janet in the house. And tonight we're going to taste. Actually 5 wines. I have 6 on the list, but I have a reveal tonight.
All right.
I get to reveal a new winery that just came live today,
Okay.
this afternoon.
So coming live means what? Like,
Their license has to be active in the eyes of the ABC
the government, right?
as
Yeah,
a second location
yeah. Okay.
of their primary location.
Okay.
And then once that happens, then we're able to sell their wine as if they were here selling it.
So they've just started today as we opened up. They
Today?
were live.
Yes.
and-
So I showed it to some folks, and they liked it a lot. And
Cool.
so we've made inroads right out of the gate.
And so we're out of that wine now today because he's been selling it all day.
I
right?
sold it all. You're too late.
It's
Next time
all
you
of
just gotta get
all
off
of the
your
stuff
butt,
though is
you know.
really small production though. We're talking about small production here, right?
Oh yeah. When we get to this, you won't believe it. 110 cases, 136.
Wow.
We're talking really small, handcrafted wines though.
Yeah,
And that's what you want.
You know, the
So-
passion's there. I love the small winemakers, artisans, but they have high passion. So as a result, it's not about how much they can sell, at least right now, but it's definitely about establishing their style and what they want to deliver to the marketplace. And I have not tasted any of these yet, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I tasted these. It's been a while, and one of them it has a few varietals in it. Well, I'll tell you all about it. We'll taste their wines at the end, just to let it build up. But if you have questions, you can ask questions on the little chat box. It's on my left, your right. And just hit social stream at the top, and you can ask questions, and then I'll try to answer them. They'll come up on this other computer over here. So I'll just click on this so I can see it if you ask me a question. And tonight we're going to taste James Family Cellars 2012 Pinot.
Excellent.
Which is on a penny sale. So you buy 3, the 4th is a penny. Can't go wrong with that.
Good.
And then Bonneau wines, there's San Giacomo Pinot Noir,
Uh-huh.
which, that's pretty good too.
Pretty darn good.
Yeah. Nero Cellars, their GSM, the Underground.
Mhm.
And then Deering, their GSM, the Ideal.
Okay.
Okay.
So a couple side-by-side things to start with.
Yeah, and then a Bonneau Melback, and then we'll tell you about the new winery that we have in the room. I don't know if as soon as next week, but within the next couple of weeks, we'll have them on TV Tuesday, and you guys can ask questions and
Sounds good.
because you don't care about us, you care about the winemakers.
Which is true, by the way.
Yeah. So let's start with James Family Cellars. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, that's all right. This is 2012 Pinot Noir, all Russian River. It comes from the Katati area. That wasn't always Russian River.
No, it changed, didn't it?
It did.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So the 2000, I want to say that 11 and moving forward was the cutoff.
I think it was 11. Yeah, because now this talks about Russian River.
Yeah. It's a beautiful vineyard up there, and the James family has been selling the bulk of their fruit to Schramsberg for their champagne program. So that's pretty cool. That's not a bad thing at all.
You know what I like about this? The nose is way up high. By the time you come down on your glass, you're about right here. You already
Yeah,
are smelling that thing.
yeah.
The
It's
aromas are
aromatic.
amazing. Definitely aromatic.
Yeah, and this is quite an example of Russian River. I think of the Pinot world. Um, you want a nice Pinot earthiness, forest floor. You got all that.
And this is Russian River. So in that groove that is the Russian River, you and I have both woken up and looked out at the vista out there, and you see this line of clouds that go like this, and they're the clouds right over the Russian River. They follow the Russian River in the morning, and if you drive River Road west on the way to the sea, you'll be able to chase it out mid-morning, and the fog will recede. And so the great Pinot Noir and also Chardonnay too, because thin skins will react to the fact that overnight they have a cooling fog. So there's two places in Sonoma County where that particularly happens. One is the Russian River, and the other one is where the Bonneau wine comes from, which is down a blanket of fog that comes off the bay. So we have two different distinctive styles coming up here.
Oh yeah,
So,
very 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 different, and a lot of it has to do with location,
right, absolutely.
without a doubt.
Come on in.
Come on in.
We do have free tasting during the show. Absolutely.
Yes.
Come on in.
You've come at the right time.
There's somebody settled in over there. We joined.
Yeah,
in.
have
We're
a
gonna
seat, and we'll pour the first wine for you. How about that?
Find a seat.
Yeah, that's a beautiful wine. Retailing it is $38.
You know what? For 2012, which is an amazing vintage, I'm sure you could talk about the amazing vintage, but it's really steps forward. This is really a classy wine, and for $38, Pinot Noir.
Yeah, and if you buy it on the penny sale, you buy three. The fourth is a penny. So you can't beat that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Behind the bar. This list.
There might be another copy of that behind the bar.
There should be three
If
others.
not, I'll find one for you.
So so a great example of the Russian River, and they've been getting gold medals on all their wines for years, which is awesome.
I think it's kind of interesting because the designer of their bottles used gold across all the labels, and I kind of wondered out loud with Jeff James and said, "Well, I wonder if you'd chosen bronze. What would you have won the gold medals?" Of course, they're blind tasted, so of course he would win those medals. But he told me he says a minimum of 4 gold medals for each of his releases. So while he puts a sticker on there, talks about the San Francisco wine competition, he has other gold medals that go with that too. So
Right.
really, really classy wine.
Yeah. Well, he deserves it because, they've picked a really nice place to grow some fruit, man. All right. So next is Bonneau 2013. This is a San Giacomo vineyard, Pinot Noir from basically the Los Caneros region. So tell everybody a little bit what you know about the San Giacomo family.
Well, San Giacomo. What's really nice about this is that John Bamberry, who's the grandson of the settling family of Bonneau. Bonneau is a French family that moved over here for the land of opportunity in the 20s, just in time for Prohibition and for the Depression. So when we drive south of our historic town of Sonoma, we'll stop at a stop sign. We'll look to our right, and we'll see an old gas station. We'll see an old deli, and that was the produce stand that they used to use to survive through Prohibition. Out the other side, they started making wine, wonderful wine, down in the Los Caneros region, which is the south end of Sonoma County, which is where the fog influence comes up from the bay as a blanket. So that particular area is really well recognized as kind of a classic Pinot Noir area, and many Pinot Noir producers are over there, award-winning producers. This particular wine was chosen by sommeliers as a marker wine, which is what they use when they do their blind tastings. They try and figure out what that marker wine is to say this is classic for this particular region, and that way they begin to understand and remember. So as they taste blind, they'll know that this is kind of that style that you can expect from Los Caneros, which is pretty distinctive. You and I have talked about this
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
It steps forward as a distinctive area.
No
So the
question.
sommeliers have chosen this as their number one choice for that,
So that as a marker.
as a marker wine.
Uh,
So we have two different distinct styles. They're both influenced by fog. We've got the Russian River, which is the rock there is sedimentary from the river, of course, and of course down in the Bay Area as well, at the south end of Sonoma County, we also have that same kind of soil, which is kind of that sedimentary rock too as well. So they both have the same kind of soil, but they have two different climates and two different distinctive styles that they produce. So side by side, it's really interesting to try this.
well, in that lower end, boy, it can get cold in the summer.
It can,
I mean, it could be June. It'd be in the 80s
right?
and 90s, and all of a sudden in the 50s, just like that, and just horrible cold. Horrible cold. I mean,
Yeah.
it rips right through your body.
But you know what? For Pinot Noir, really cold, really hot, not extremely cold, but cold, hot, cold, hot. That temperature range, which in the wine world we call diurnal temperature, that really helps mature the grapes and really turns out the kind of wine we have here today.
No,
We're just
on the
moving
second
on
one.
to
We're,
this
we're
one.
moving right along.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love to taste these side by side because it really is educational as to what the two different styles are.
They're very,
for
very
Pinot
different.
Noir. Yeah, absolutely.
They're very different.
Both are really pretty.
Yeah, this is a pretty wine also, elegant wine also.
Now the
Um,
penny sale you talked about is on the James
It's on the
family.
James only. Yeah.
So if you pick three of those bottles, one more for a penny.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yep.
I mean that's a super deal. It's 2012 on the James. That's a great vintage year. We can't argue with that.
So what's the pricing on James versus Bonneau?
The James is 38, Bonneau's 42.
All right, excellent. Cool.
So
And the vintage on Bonneau is
13.
13. So Bonneau is a year newer,
Yep.
right? Yeah, okay. Yep.
And you know what? This is an example. James is definitely an example of aging a Pinot Noir. People get afraid of aging the Pinot Noirs, and you can really lay them down.
You really can. You really
Yeah.
can. Yeah, both of them actually can. And as you look at buying for your wine rack is you're ready to invite guests in and so forth. There are different taste profiles, there are different seasons, there are different foods you're going to be serving.
Yeah.
So just because one is a different style than the other and you like one doesn't mean you don't have both in your rack. I mean, come on. It's like give yourself an opportunity to choose between two different styles.
Yeah.
And the first thing you want to do when you get one of these is try both of them along the way, whenever it's time, and kind of file away what your notes are for that because that will determine as you reorder. If you're a clubber, for instance, you have one bottle, right, of this.
Yeah, that's all you're going to get.
Yeah. But in the meantime, if you're a clubber, why not call us up and take advantage of the discount and order a couple of bottles of each of these?
Yeah. And if it seems like it's a big chunk for you, what really makes sense is to party up with a couple of your friends, and then you each pick 4, and then you got a case, and you're looking good.
And you save a lot on shipping that way, too.
Yeah, you do it. It's significantly. It's almost 20% per bottle cheaper
Wow.
of the shipping charge.
Actually, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. So it's significant.
Wow.
So yeah, gather up as much as you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So now's the time to come to wine country. I mean, I honestly think we are past the rain.
I think we had a little bit of rain yesterday. Today?
I
Yesterday.
had a little drizzle today, but it was nothing. I was apprehensive to put the furniture out, or the cushions out, but I did anyway. And it wasn't really nice. Actually, got nice. It got nice now, and it kind of threw me off. We were going to be outside, but it just threw me off. Hi, folks.
By the way,
So
we take live questions anytime you say, hey,
yeah, you have a question, just let us
just
know. We'll
raise
get
your
a
hand,
mic
let
to
us
you,
know. We'll do that.
and yeah. So yeah, this is the time to come to wine country. The vineyards are rocking. They're rocking. I mean, there's so much foliage. I can't believe it. It's still super green because we've had so damn much rain, and yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So
No, the weather has obviously turned. I mean, it's different from even 2 weeks ago.
it's it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, from now on, I think we're going to be
Good.
pretty clear. So come up to wine country, and there's a lot going on. We got live music on Sundays, and eventually on Tuesday. I mean on Saturdays, and possibly in May we might do Tuesday with live music. So
I
that's
think we should. I think we should and go longer too.
we may very well do that. So that's up in the air. We'll
And make
see.
this your first stop because we can tell you what's going on in town, right? I mean,
Oh yeah,
come on by.
yeah. We know
The cool
exactly
thing
where to
about this
go.
room is that we have what 8, 10 different vintners,
Yeah,
and we have different regions represented. We got Santa Barbara and Lodi. We have Paso Robles.
yeah.
And
We
we
have
have
we have more
Napa, Sonoma.
we have
also,
more SKUs than anybody.
yeah, SKUs, right?
Yeah, you know,
Technical term. Here.
technical, varietals. We have a lot.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
So great Pinot Noir, excellent way to start your dinner. If you want to, I'm getting bugs in here. What's up with that? So, yeah, Pinot baby. That's
I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm loving that. Now, I am a big fan of the blended wines, as you know, and I love the GSMs. And now we've got 3 in the room, which is super cool. And this is from Nero Cellars. This comes from the Bennett Valley. The Bennett Valley area is just south of here, about 12 or 14 miles.
Yeah, about 12 miles.
As soon as you hit Santa Rosa and you go a little east, that's Bennett Valley.
Yep.
And that's where I live, actually, out there in Bennett Valley. And nice rolling hills, not huge elevation, but decent. These guys aged this wine, and again, it's Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre. They aged this 18 months in French oak and only 5% new. The balance is old, used barrels, neutral.
Right. So neutral barrels don't put that lumberyard kind of quality in there. But what I like about that is too, they're not depending on the oak to change what the grapes are giving us.
You're getting all the grapes. That's a super
So this is
soft
about
wine.
the grapes here.
That's a very soft
And this will
wine.
be distinctively different than the next offering. But for these folks, they're 4 guys who met in high school, I think, and they kind of grew up and said, let's do something together. So this is their project. They do Grenache by itself. They do Syrah by itself. They do Mourvedre by itself. They said, you know what, why don't we do the ultimate expression of what we can do with those grapes? And so they created a blend, which is we call GSM, Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre. And this one particular one has, if you think about a 3-piece combo, the old jazz combo, you got the guy going like this. Well, that's the Mourvedre. It's kind of the quietest part of the music. And you have Grenache. You have the theme line, the following the tune. And then you got the guy with the microphone. He goes like this, and he's singing. That's Syrah. All right, so Syrah steps forward. So we have over half of this, or about half of this is Syrah. It's the big guy. And then, oh, by the way, the other 2 fill in the background. So this is called the underground, right? Is this the
Do
underground?
I have to go like this as the orchestra plays?
You could as you sip, right? Exactly. So this blend works really well together. Classic from south of France in the Rhone region. They love to put these together because it softens and rounds out the flavor profile.
Thank you.
And it's an amazing combination that was developed in France. Now these folks together, Nick and Ed and
Nice.
Rob and Ollie have put together,
Wow.
and it's just a great blend.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What's the pricing on this one?
So price point on this wine, $42. I mean, it's right in there in that Pinot world. Yum. Oh, that's so nice. That's just so nice. I can't tell you. Oh. Yeah, I think the GSMs are really a wonderful expression of winemaking because it's all about blending.
Well, it is.
These aren't field blends. I mean, these are, and we're going to talk about a field blend with our new winery, and I'm not going to tell you anything because I'm going to let you
Because we'll
wait.
have to bleep it
Yeah,
before. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
right. So this is because it's softened out. Grenache can be and Syrah can be like out there, in the Mourvedre backing it down. This is kind of like having a. Um, it's a deeper red, but it's kind of like some Pinot Noir, but some spice to it too, some pepper to it. So it'll answer to a whole lot of food. I mean, the food pairings on this would be phenomenal.
Oh yeah, you could get really creative. Yeah, super creative. Yeah. So a great value too at $42. If you're a wine club member, of course, you're going to get that 35.70. Can't go
Right.
wrong. Tiny production. I mean, what we have here kind of is all there is, right? I mean, we're down to
Yeah, really
we're down
small.
to like
Yeah. Well, there are only a few barrels to start with, so it's pretty much down there. So
that's crazy.
so let me see. You guys have any questions over there you want to talk about this wine? Great. So ask me some questions so we can answer them for you.
Like, that's not a question. Those are
No,
facts.
I don't want facts. I want questions. All right. So Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre, GSM. So we have three different grapes in this blend. I hope you're enjoying the Nero Cellars blend. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. So yeah, two different styles.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
two
two different
very
styles
different
of Pinot
styles.
Noir.
So you guys didn't hear what our guest had said that the first Pinot he liked because it was a little lighter, and the second one was a little heavier. Wasn't like it was a bad wine, but in his profile, he liked a little lighter wine,
Yeah,
and
it's a
that's
good
the
call.
cool
That's
thing.
exactly
And
That's
that's the
exactly
reason
true.
why you guys come in here is because we have such a huge varietal. Now with our 10 vintners, we literally 10 vintners. Um, if you can't find a bottle of wine, then you hate wine.
It's time for
I
beer.
mean, yeah, it's time for beer.
You
Yeah,
could
a
call that a
Lone
Rhone
Lone
Ranger.
Ranger. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a really good call
that's
on
a
that.
good call.
Definitely a good
Where
call.
where are you traveling from?
All right,
Oh, you just took the wrong turn and you came this way. I like that.
I like it.
A cellar rat. Okay, somebody has to be one. I mean, how do you have a cellar without a cellar rat? I see a pruning. Oh. Okay.
All right, got it.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I don't like pruning either. Years ago when I worked at Pine Ridge, they taught us how to prune a vine.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Well, what's interesting about it is that's a lot of work.
Yeah, you have some decisions to make too as you're pruning, right?
Yes, you do. And you can cut your finger off because those are the sharpest damn things I've ever seen in my life. But they made us wear gloves because we're kind of stupid and we don't.
Yeah, OSHA
I'm
requires
I'm
that.
I'm real good about going so. But it was a technique, and they were getting ready for a competition, and their pruner guys, a couple of them, have won the contest that they have every year in the vineyards, and it was interesting. Not only did you have to decide what you're going to cut, you had to decide how to do it quickly, and then you had to pull the wood back out of there to throw it on the ground because you're going to till that under, and then move on to the next vine.
Yes.
And their process was click, 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 boom. Now,
Yeah.
my process was 1, 2, 3, 4
Uh,
out,
click.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 click.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking they wouldn't hire me to do that in the field.
Nope.
They
were being kind to
I would
you.
make zero money.
And they sent the crew behind you to say, "How do we fix this problem?
Yeah, how do we do that?
How do we fix this?"
Well, and you have to do it correctly because of the way that I forgot now the name of that when they go off like
Yep.
this. It's not cordon, but there's another one.
Shoot.
And but you want to leave four. It was like four sprouting buds,
Spurs. Yeah.
spurs,
Huh?
four spurs, so it goes straight up.
Yep.
It's kind of cool. And then they
Very
come
cool.
by,
Actually,
they come
it
by
is
and
very
they
cool.
tie those off.
Yeah.
So their end is tied, and it goes up between. It's kind of cool. It's not my gig though.
Yeah. I did that in Australia.
You
I
know,
did that in Australia and said, okay, thank you. Hand me the step away from the clippers. Step away from.
I'm not the best manual labor guy. I mean, I know how to do it, but it's just
I'm good with the manual, but when I actually when I read the manual, it's fine. Oh, you're not talking about. Oh,
no,
something else.
no. I cut up I cut up about 3 cords of wood with a splitter on
Ready for your next
Sunday.
wine?
Are you ready for the next? All right, let me tell. Okay. All right, go ahead with the question. Go ahead.
Oh, what does Nero?
Oh, what does Nero mean? Means like in the gladiator days, Nero.
Right. Yeah. This bottle is far. That one's Nero. No, actually, 4 guys met in high school. Well, they met in high school. Well, they probably met in both places.
It could be.
But they decided to come back together again. Nick and Ed and Rob and Ollie, Nero. And I said, why not Reno? They said it was already taken. So they decided to, yeah. So Nero became their acronym. That's who they are. That's what they represent. Well, no, actually, they're based in Oakland and they source from around that area. But yes, you're right. The Bennett Valley is very close to Matanzas Creek. You're right, and that's where the Gem Rose Vineyard is that we see for some of their wines, and they also source from other areas as well. They source from Gilmedi Vineyard. They source from a variety of vineyards, but they source from vineyards that are particularly focused on the kind of varietal that they want to put in their wines. And the varietals they want to put in their wines are all the peppery style Grenache and Syrah Mourvedre. And oh, by the way, they do a white wine too, which is a Sauvignon Blanc that they also put out.
And a rosé.
And a rosé. Yeah, so you're right. There's friendly wine coming at you, but sourced really carefully by people who are passionate about what they're doing. These guys have a great project going on. They do 1 barrel or 2 barrels of only, so the wine you're tasting might only be 24 or 48 cases. That's done. And well, they're based in Oakland, but they source from wherever the good stuff comes from. And when you're done with 24 cases, which is not very much, or 48 cases, it's gone until next year. So that's how limited this is. This is pretty amazing. It's pretty limited.
It's pretty small production, no doubt. Now the other GSM is Deering. It's 2012. This is their first pure, actual GSM. They've been doing the ideal as a red blend, kind of the best of the red that they can put together. This is classic Grenache Syrah Mourvedre, 47% Grenache, 37 Syrah, 16 Mourvedre. This is about 22 months in French oak. About a third of that's new oak. So this is very, very different than what you just had with the Nero. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, there's something else going on too. A lot of
Ooh.
what the first one was valley fruit down below. This is now in Moon Mountain District, so this is lower, but moving up a little bit as well. And
probably a higher
as Scott
elevation.
said, yeah, a little higher elevation, so you get a little more intensity. The other thing is that they're each of their ideal blends. They use the ideal word. Now in 2011, they said, well, let's look at our own grapes that we grow, and we're going to do a blend among our own grapes. Now in 2012, which is what the current vintage is over here that we're pouring, they said, well, let's include our neighbors too. So suddenly the neighbors got together, everybody decided, or these folks decided, we're going to put Grenache, Syrah, and Mourvedre together in a bottle, and that's what this is. So this steps it up. They also use what's that? That's a great question. Do they ferment separately? So yes, they ferment separately and they blend. That's
Yes, they choose it
exactly
later.
what they do.
That's correct.
And on top of that, they have a barrel program too that is different from the narrow cellars, which is trying to minimize the oak influence, other than for smoothness. Here we're introducing a little more. We got 22 months of oak going in here, and so this is a little more oak influence as well. So that's the difference.
Well,
Distinctive
and you
difference.
know this lends itself to some ageability, and
Totally.
you know so when you get these wines, the GSMs, don't worry about laying them down. I think you can lay these down. These are big wines. Both of those are big enough where you could lay that down and put some
Absolutely.
time.
Yep.
And man, it's just going to get softer and softer. No, go ahead. For aging,
for aging.
aging range. So the question is, what's the range? I think that you should be able to go easily anywhere from 7 to 8 years. I think, not in my house because I got too many people that know how to get in my wine room, and then they
You
go.
gotta lock that door, right?
I just need to electrify that. I want to see
There,
them.
I love that electric fence.
I want them to just get zapped and then get the heck out of there. No, yeah, you can put a little time on it, and you'll be really surprised how elegant and soft the wine will get when you put a little bit of age down on it. And you know, they don't all have to be drank right away. In California, unlike anywhere else in the world, um, a lot of the wines are ready to go. I mean, they're enjoyable, nice wines right now.
And that's good. I mean, that's fine.
That's fine, but boy, oh boy.
But if
there's
you want to put them
something-
down, it's like you have to
It's-
decide. Now, some of those wines that taste great now also will taste great in 5 and 7 years. It just depends on which wine you're choosing. So be careful about that. In fact,
Yeah,
for clubbers.
I just had a 10-year-old um, 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 Bordeaux blend
Okay.
from the Sawyer winery that's no longer producing wine, and that wine rocked. It was rocking, baby. That had tons of time left. I mean, tons, and it was just beautiful and very elegant. It was really nice because the tannins, you know, what you feel, the tannins, what you feel here in the wine, in those older vintages, that's going to soften up, and it's a soft wine with a nice finish. That's beautiful.
Nice.
So, yeah, there's
They
lots
really
of
are.
tannins.
Really are. Yep. You know your wine.
And of
I
course,
can tell.
tannins come from the skins. They come from the skins, and it's whenever you're trying to figure out tannins, buy regular grapes at the store, the red grapes, and peel it and eat the skin. You'll get a sharp feeling right here in your jaw. That's tannins. Yep, that's what happened. That's tannins. So what's wrong with that?
I can't find anything wrong with this.
Damn.
I tried, but I can't find anything wrong.
No, 48 American.
With this. So Deering
40,
Family
80.
Winery.
Yep, Deering Winery. Damn, that's okay. That's just okay, cool. Right?
Absolutely. Lots of flavor in tonight's lineup.
Wow. Yeah, I could, and the food you could have with that is just amazing. You know what I had last night that I haven't ever, I don't do it that often. I was at the store and I saw salmon shish kebabs with vegetables and
Already
salmon,
prepared.
already prepared. And
I love that lazy trick. Yeah.
Oh
I like it.
yeah,
Hey,
why? It was even seasoned. I'm like, well, what
I
do
gotta
have
try
to
that.
do?
I've seen that before. We haven't bought
So,
it.
well, I have. You have to be careful when you're cooking something like that because you can burn the veggies.
But I kind of like the edge of burned a little bit.
Right.
I love that charred.
But here's the secret that I figured out last night when I was doing that is take some foil and get a big piece of foil. If you only got 2 kebabs, get enough foil that you can close it off. So what I did was I poured in some olive oil, turned on the grill, got it hot where it was kind of bubbling up, and then I closed it and let it steam inside of
Did
there.
you have some air inside, like a rotunda, or did you like
a
close
little
it
bit of air?
tight
Yeah,
along the? Oh.
a little bit of air, and it was nice. It came out fabulous. Took about 8 minutes, 10 on the
That's
outside.
it?
Yeah, it's,
Wow.
well, salmon. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
But it
Very nice.
cooked fantastic, and it was flavorful and delicious. And
Wow.
yeah, and yeah, so I had that kebabs with a little salmon. That was
Nice.
not
Very
bad.
nice.
Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah. Well, the salmon's pretty good right now, even though it's. I don't know if it's necessarily the season or not. I have no idea. Yeah, it's the Nero is 42 and the Deering is 48. 42 and 48. Great buy. You can show them those menus over there, Janet. Yeah, yeah. That has the pricing on it as well. So, yeah, GSM, Yahoo. Yeah, that's pouring pretty good,
Oh, really nice.
right?
That's 4 in a row now.
Yeah. All right, and then the last one of this group, and then we'll go into the new wineries.
The
wines.
secret group.
The secret one. I'm not telling you yet.
Any
You
questions?
can't make me do it.
Any questions over here so far?
I don't have a question. You guys need to ask questions online if you want an answer on something. But you can just ask me what the weather's like, and I can make something up. Well, and it's not bad now. Where was the sun all day today? Nowhere. It wasn't even here. It was
Right.
depressing, and now it's beautiful. And I was gonna set up outside, and then I chickened out.
Well, I know you're official though because you moved the flag outside. So that's the first time in a long time.
I really felt like I needed to have the flag out there.
Got it.
So, what'd you say?
Yes. Well, we stared at the river, so yeah, we were at Pruitthurst staring at the river. It was good.
So we have Bonneau wines, 2012, Sonoma Valley. That's really the Moon Mountain area, Malbec, and people don't understand that. There's a lot of Malbec in this area between Sonoma and Napa.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot more than people realize. And one of the reasons that you don't realize it is because if you buy a Cabernet Sauvignon, chances are they backloaded that with maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 10% or whatever of Malbec. But the labeling laws do not require them to disclose what's on that bottle.
That's true.
As long as they've made their threshold of 75% of that varietal, that's the only word that they need to put on the label, and they can leave the rest of it blank.
That's true. That's true.
So you'll find that you'll have a whole lot more of the Malbec out there than you realize.
There's two distinctive styles
Wow.
of Malbec. The Argentinian style,
Right.
which comes from the shadows of the Andes, which is kind of like west in South America. It's west, tucked up along. It's in Mendoza, most of it. You get this peppery quality because it's not quite ripe, and so it's a really distinctive and very interesting varietal to pick up at the supermarket. But this is done more in the Bordeaux style, which is more of that round, ripe presence to it. And it's the grape they use in the Bordeaux recipe for chateaus to say, you know what, it's looking a little wimpy in our vintage. Let's bring up the color. Let's darken the color. So this is the Malbec is used to darken the color of the Bordeaux blend. So they'll dial up a few percentage points when they need to bring that back to a deep red.
Hand that down the
Oh.
line there to Janet. Thank you.
Thank you
This is pouring pretty good.
very much.
You got
so.
a big old steak. You're nutty crazy by not having this. I had a really nice. I like to go to Costco. Those of you that are viewing from other areas, you don't have Costco's. Maybe you have Sam's or one of those places. I love getting their seasoned tri-tip. I think that's the greatest buy on the planet. I bought one. Honest to God.
Well, we have Whole Foods out here.
Yeah.
We also have Oliver's Market. Oliver's Market has some great seasons.
Amazing. I got a tri-tip this big. It was $20 for $22. All seasoned and everything from Costco. I mean, what a great piece of
Absolutely.
meat, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will stand up well to that.
This
For sure.
would. Oh yeah, you'd be begging for more wine. Yeah.
This is Bono.
Bono Malbec, $48.
You
All of these have been in
is
that
this
40
vintage
range.
12 or 13 or?
What the hell? I don't even know. Oh, I have it right here. 12. And this is another wine you can lay down forever and a day. Yeah, don't worry about. I have to drink it right away. You don't have to drink it right away. You just don't. Sit on it for a while. It's not gonna hurt anything.
So
You
with
know?
this array like this is typical of the kind of broad stroke assembly of wines that you can have for like the wine club here.
Absolutely.
So how's the wine club work here?
Well, it's simple. It's 4 bottles, 4 times a year from 4 different wineries. This could be a perfect scenario. Deering, Nero, Bonneau Wines, and James. So a typical shipment would have 4. Get up to 15% off on your wine, 20% on reorders, and invitations to private events that we do here. We do a gala event every year with all the wineries in here. Boys, this place is going to be packed with 10 wineries. Damn.
Yeah.
I don't even have 10 spots. Do I? 4,
We have to figure out how to do
5,
that.
6, 7, 8. Ooh, we're going to be crowded. Anyway, yeah, and you get access to wines you can't buy in the store. They're not in the store. They're not in the store. They're not. Trust me. And you're buying direct. In other words, I don't act as a broker to the wines, which is fantastic. And so, that's a real advantage for you. You're buying at the winery price, and then some of them there's no discounts, and I'm okay with that. It is about selection and
Right.
availability.
Yep.
Yeah. That's pretty good, dude.
I like that. Very, very good.
That's pouring really nice. So you want something that's a great wine to have with your big, huge steak and pork chops or whatever you have, your big steak. That's going to be the one. That's going to do the job.
Definitely.
Malbec. Well, I always tell people about what I do on my day off. I go wine tasting, typically. And I always look for rosés as the number one thing. I look for
No,
rosés.
yeah, that's
I
historically,
do.
yeah, you
I do.
do.
And then I look for, after that, I look for Malbec and Cabernet Franc. Big fan of Cab Franc.
I love Cab.
I do too.
Hard to find.
I know. I've seen a few scattered here and there.
Or the Morris Cab Franc, I understand. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
they have it
explore that.
from Rockpile, which is just.
I love
stupid. It's
Rockpile.
Another just.
Wow.
There's certain appellations that I just love, and that's one of them.
I do like Rockpile.
Yeah. The other one is in Napa, which is Howell Mountain.
Love Howell Mountain.
If you,
Also like Atlas Peak. It's amazing. Up in
yeah,
the
I
top.
just don't know.
Eddie Berry has a
enough
wine up.
up is in Atlas.
Actually, has one of her wines up there.
Oh.
Covered that. Yeah.
Oh,
So.
the Barrett the Berry? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
500. That's all relative.
Well, yeah. Wait. Let me. Yeah.
Yeah, we're okay. So, yeah, it's yeah. Some of those areas are just amazing, and I also like Rutherford too.
I do like Rutherford.
In cabs, I don't see a lot.
We
of
have
other-
only one in here, right?
we
have
do. Bonneau actually has one from Rutherford, and we'll
just released actually to us.
yeah, it's a new release. We'll feature some big boy wines.
All right.
These are pretty big, but when you get into the Rutherford and those other areas, you're getting into some big boy wines, no doubt.
Forward to that.
Yeah. All right. So we have two brand new wineries. One I can't sell yet, so I'm not going to announce it, but coming soon. we will have our 10th. This is our 9th. And this is the Mengler Wine family wines right here.
Mengler.
Mengler. They've got a
Go to the website. Will they see some of that?
they will soon. I just got the labels in,
All right.
and I'm gonna lay that up. And by tomorrow, you'll be able to go online and order what you want. If you're familiar with them or you want to talk about, just call us and we'll go over the 3 wines in their portfolio that we have. They've got a 2016 rosé of Syrah. Comes from Windsor Oaks Vineyard, and that's in the Russian River Valley. Retail on that is $28 American, so that's pretty good. And then they have a Del Seto Russian River, and this wine they made 110 cases. We're talking tiny. That's really small.
Yeah, really well.
That's like, it's 2 pallets of wine. That's kind of all that is.
Yeah.
Retail on that is $38, so we're going to taste that one. And then we're going to do the 2015 Rita's Black. It's considered a red wine, also Russian River. But, well, when we get to it, I'll give you all of the facts of the varietals that are in there.
Because I understand that's a vineyard blend, right? So
it is a field blend.
Field.
We're gonna get into what that's all about.
All right, cool.
So
let me grab.
You're gonna grab.
I'll go grab a.
The rosé.
Yeah, I'll go
ahead
grab
and grab the rosé, and I'll tell everybody what's coming up.
Cool.
We got it. Okay. So the first wine we're gonna taste is a rosé of Syrah, and first of all, I love rosés. You wine snobs, you red wine. I only drink red wine. Rosé is the best wine to have in the summer. The rosés are dry, right? Do you agree with me? Yeah.
Havana.
Right? If you're out by the pool, you're not having a freaking cab. What are you, crazy? It's going to turn into garbage really fast. I know we had.
Put that back here.
Here, give that another shot.
Just in case. Yeah.
All right. All right. So this is 2016 Mengler family wines. I'll get that right eventually, right?
No, you got it right.
Did I get it right?
Good. That's
Mengler.
good.
Mengler family wines. That's what it looks like. That's pretty good. Not bad. Good bottle shot. I like it. So this is the Luke's selection.
Okay.
And I'm going to read from this. It's a new winery, so it's all this stuff is new stuff to me. Luke's Selection Rosé of Syrah is named for the most recent arrival of our family, our beautiful grandson, Luke.
Nice.
That's so cool. And I can relate to that because I have a new grandson called Cade.
And that wine name is taken.
That name is already taken. You are not kidding. And I got to babysit him yesterday. And that was kind of fun. And I'll tell a little story later about how cool that. It was actually very cool. With whom we're blessed in July of 2016.
Nice.
So this is a new. Wow, that's great. That's new, like Kate is. He was in March. Anyway, the Rhone style rosé is made from 100% Syrah grapes. They're early morning picked and crushed immediately.
3 a.m., right? No, sorry.
Well, people don't realize that these guys, if it's really hot, or hot part of the picking season, they're going to pick in the middle of the frickin' night.
And that's usually the coldest time is usually about 3 a.m. That's why I'm asking if that was 3 a.m. or not. But yeah.
Guarantee you they bring that in when it's frickin' cold.
Yes.
Because if not, it'll start fermenting.
And yeah, exactly. So you're not taking control of your own fermentations.
And they're crushed immediately on receipt of to the winery. So as soon as they get it to the winery, so even with essentially no skin contact time, the flavorful wine produced is light red color and shows wonderful flavors of Syrah, while still being a light and refreshing rosé wine. Rosé wines, for those of you that are opposed to them, wake up, they're dry. They're bone dry. So don't worry about it. Don't get all janky. It's going to be fine. Um, it's a versatile wine. What they think it's versatile, I agree. Perfect for enjoying chilled on its way to a paired with a wide variety of foods that will complement each other. I think you can go into a salmon if you wanted to do a salmon. I would be all over that shish kebab that I had last night.
Yep.
This would have been, if I'd only known that they were going to be approved today, I would have had a bottle in my refrigerator ready to experiment with some food. So that's fantastic. 12.9 alcohol, so lower alcohol.
Lower,
like
that's
it.
good.
It is 100% Syrah. They made 276 cases, so they've got a little bit of production, not a huge, but
Right.
and it retails it at 28 American. I just think that's awesome, and that's made by Chris Mangler of the Mangler Family Wines, and
Nice guy.
yeah, super
He
nice
stops by
guy.
here
You're
a
gonna
lot.
like him a lot. We're gonna have him come in, and he'll be with us on TV Tuesday. We'll shoot that outside, and we'll enjoy that.
That'd be great.
Yeah, so we're super excited. It's our first new vintage in this year. We brought on one last year, Nero Cellar.
Nero. Yep.
Right? And so my pleasure. Thanks for stopping in. And now you know you can come back and have fun. So there you go. So this is a wine that you're going to enjoy all summer long. And of course, I enjoy them non-summer.
In winter too.
Well,
yes, you do.
I don't discriminate.
That's right. Really pretty wine. Really
Right?
pretty wine.
That's beautiful. Beautiful flavor. Oh, even though they pull the skins off so early in the process, you still maintain some really nice flavors off the skin.
Wonderful fruit.
Yeah. And then they didn't say how long they age it, but it's probably about 12 months maybe at the most. And that's all you really need with rosés. Now, in aging, you're really not aging rosés. Don't think that you have to lay these down. That's not. They're ready to go. Give them a year to 2 years on the outside. I would not screw around. Here's the only exception. Super Sonoma makes all their wines with brand new French oak, and because he makes his rosé with brand new French oak, you got to be. You have some leeway there to go out.
Sure. Yeah.
But for the rest of the producers of rosés, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. Drink them, enjoy them now. They're nice. They're fruit forward.
This is beautiful.
That's really pretty. That's right, and this is the first time you've tasted this wine.
I have not tasted these wines at all.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, this will be interesting.
It's definitely, yeah, definitely.
So this is a vintage. This is a varietal that we have not had in the room at all, and it's a dolcetto, right? Did I say that right? Dolcetto.
We usually say dolcetto.
Dolcetto.
Yeah, dolcetto.
So tell me a little bit of what you know. This is a 2014 all Russian River fruit, and where would we find this outside of California?
So this is an Italian grape that comes from the Piedmont area, Piemonte. Dolcetto is a red wine that has a lot of high acid to it too, so it cuts through a lot of food items and so forth. It'll pair really well. It's long lived. It'll last a long time, but the food it goes with will be the heavier foods, for instance. But also by itself, it's really a tasty wine. So Dolcetto is a great Piemonte grape, and I didn't realize they grew too much of that here. So
No, they don't grow very much, but this is their vineyard, their personal vineyard. Um, at least I think it's their vineyard. This is a pizza wine. This is a wine you can have with pizza. You can have it with just about any pasta. You can go spicy. You don't have to. Dumb
Because
it
of the
down.
acid, it'll definitely go with spicy.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Yeah.
You can definitely. You could definitely go.
Yep, absolutely.
Go heavy on the spice side. As Dave said, it comes from the Piedmont region in Italy. Wine is deeply colored with spicy or aromatics and complex dark fruits, dark berries, pomegranate, and chocolate. Get a little chocolate with that. Despite its name, the wine is full-bodied and completely dry,
It is.
no doubt. And again, pastas and pizza, this is your go-to wine. Retail on that is $38. He made 110 cases. So, again, there's 2 pallets of this, and then see ya. It's their first vintage. This is the first vintage of any of their wine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Didn't know that.
Yeah. Alcohol's 14.1, so relatively low. It's not.
It's in the range.
Yeah.
4 barrels, right? About 4 barrels, right?
Oh. Soft finish, so it was aged properly. We're going to learn more about these vintners as we go forward. We might have some tasting opportunities where you can come in and taste with the winemaker, and we'll go over the wines and talk about them and learn
Very
a
nice.
little bit. Yeah, that's a fun thing to do. 2014, great vintage year, and so that means let's see, aged. Aged about a year in the bottle and 2 years in the barrel.
Yeah.
Had to, right? It's 14. Right? Did I do that right? Yeah, 2
It's
and
about right. Give or
1.
take. It's math. What do we know about math?
Yeah, I don't know. So another, again, a varietal that we just flat out do not have.
And really, it's hard to find around here. I mean, seriously.
Would you say that most of the time maybe it's blending juice in some other
Oh,
wine?
definitely. Yeah, this will, definitely be blended in.
But I like it by itself.
I do too.
I'm way okay with it. Yeah. All right. And then here's their 2015 Rita's Block red wine. And that's Algeria Vineyards. Is that right? Alegria.
Is joy.
See, Dave's here for a reason.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah. I agree.
I'm limited in my brain power.
I'm his reference.
I do that
book.
on purpose. Russian River Valley fruit. So this is. I'll just read off of there as you can pour that for us.
And dump this one here.
Yeah, 'cause
Pour
you won't
this
be able
one.
to walk.
Right.
Yeah. Rita's Block is in the field blend grown at the Alegria.
So field blend is, you know what? We're growing this vineyard. This vineyard has got a bunch of different grapes in it. So when we harvest all the grapes from this vineyard, it has a bunch of grapes in it. So we call it a field blend.
Yeah. In other words, normally, what you would do if you had Zin, Cab, Syrah, and Malbec, and you're going to make a wine out of that, you would age them separately in their separate barrels. And then at the end, when you're ready to get bottling, you're going to blend among those a percentage of this, a percentage of that, and so on. In field blending, you're bringing it all in, and it's what it is.
It is what it is. Yep.
So
It feels like it's mostly Zinfandel, but
yeah. Well, they blended among 18 different varietals.
okay.
Creating a complex wine, to say the least.
Right.
This special wine is tended to by friend and family throughout the entire year, leading up to a hand harvesting by this group. So they
That's
have a
cool.
group of
A
family
party.
members
It's a party.
that they're having a party.
Right.
and they go ahead and harvest that after the early morning harvest, starting at 3 a.m.
There we go.
on
3 a.m.
September 22nd.
There you go.
The grapes were quickly destemmed and crushed to preserve their flavors and aromas while still cold from the overnight chill. So you're trying to make sure that this thing doesn't ferment, because if you get it out in the hot weather, it's going to ferment. After 6 days of contact with the skins, the fermenting juice was pressed into 30% new American oak from Virginia.
Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Excellent. Come back and we will be here, and I'll be happy to show you more, because there's more. There's more.
There's always more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So they aged this 14 months in the barrel, 30% new American oak.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Yep. And then blended it and bottled it. Field blend composition is Zinfandel, 69%, Primitivo, 14, Alicante Bouchet, which is a black pulp.
Yeah, that's one of the few that actually had. You're right.
Yeah,
Good job.
Tonnant's one.
So Alicante Bouchet. Alicante Bouchet also has a red juice besides.
Yeah, when you peel the skin, the pulp is purple.
Right. Yep.
Which makes for a deep color.
And also, like Dolcetto, is a very high acid kind of red wine.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then Petit Syrah and Trousseau.
Yeah.
And then Syrah, and then 12 additional varietals comprise the final 3%.
Let's figure out what those are. Come on, taste them.
Yeah. Can you get there? So we already identified 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you got to come up with the other 12.
All right, that's cool.
Yikes, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
15.6 and the alcohol, again, 136 cases, man. We're not talking about a ton of wine here. All right, so I didn't taste this. Oof, what a nose, man. There is all kinds of stuff going on here.
Nice blend, though. Wow.
Oh, that gives you the wow factor.
Yeah, it really does, because you got all the pepper and spice stepping forward out of a sea of fruit, which is wonderful.
Wow.
The fruit varies from all the way blue all the way up to.
We said that is what vintage is that? Did we say
15?
15. Wow. So again, this is really young. You could easily lay this down for some time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Retail on that is $52. Can't go wrong with that. Oh my gosh. Oh my heavens, that's so elegant.
That's going to open up to be real nice.
That is
when did you
really
open this
spicy.
up? About an hour ago?
Spicy.
Hour ago, right?
Yeah, about an hour.
Yeah. Nice.
Wow.
So plenty of room on that one.
Wow. Loving that. No complaints.
Well, compliments, actually.
Yeah, compliments
amazing,
for sure.
amazing,
So another additional winery coming in the house for you guys. I think we nailed it, man.
May I say, I don't know if Brad Harder's watching, but yeah.
That's the stuff.
This is his stuff, yeah.
Yeah, this is the stuff, man. This is, yeah. And our 10th, now this is number 9, our 10th winery is hopefully coming online tomorrow. And then
at 3 a.m.
Yeah, at 3 a.m. because they're picking. And they're gonna outline their wines, and we'll have them in the next couple of weeks. But man, their varietals are Petit Verdot.
Petit Verdot.
Which you don't see a lot of Petit Verdot, and another Malbec, and then a Bordeaux blend, and then 2 cabs, a reserve cab and their regular cab.
Correct.
Great price points on those wines. They're fantastic, and you guys are going to be shocked, man, when you see that portfolio as well.
Yeah.
Between the two of these, that's a great addition to what we're doing.
Absolutely.
we have some of the best SKUs of wine. How many times do people come in and taste wine and say, "I like everything you showed me"? Am I? And now I didn't. That's not a prompt thing. You tell me. You get that?
Well, yeah, and they say, now what do we do? So,
Yeah.
or
Well. Yeah.
I'll get the case box out. Let's start
and
filling it
I'll
up.
I'll run the credit card, and we're fine.
See
Right?
that's how that works. Yeah,
But
yeah,
isn't that true?
that's true.
I mean, that's really true.
Very true.
And it's a testament to these great small producers.
Yep.
That's really what it's all about. So, wow, we are blessed. We've got some really cool wines in here, and 2 new vintners.
Vintners. Yep.
By next week, we'll integrate the other new winery, and we'll
Definitely.
let you just wait and you just have to figure out who it is. It's okay. You're gonna like it though, right?
Very
I think,
nice. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's legit. So, all right. So thanks a lot for everybody hanging out. Our guests have enjoyed their wines. We had James Family Cellars 2012 Pinot Noir on the penny sale. Buy 3/4 is
A penny. Penny.
You can't go wrong with that. Bonneau Wines San Giacomo 2013 Pinot Noir. Yeah, nice and elegant, beautiful wine. Nero Cellars 2014 GSM The Underground. Nice big wine. And another one with a nice finish. Deering Winery, their ideal red blend, and it's a full GSM, so they're going in that direction on that wine, and killer. And then we did Bonneau Wines, their Malbec, 2012. What can I say?
I love that wine.
That's
I do.
That's a
Love
great
that
wine.
wine.
And then Mangler Family Wines, 2016 Rosé of Syrah. Man.
Really pretty wine.
Nice wine.
Yep.
The 2014 Dolcetto.
Dolcetto. Yeah.
I'm like an Italian guy. That's me. I'm kind of Italian from Piedmont. Huh?
My family's from Sicily, so that's.
I'm not from anything. I'm from,
You're from the
New York.
New York.
Yeah, so don't bother me. Just leave me alone. Give me your money. And then the 2015 Rita's Block Red Blend of 18 varietals. What more could you ask for? So that's the lineup. We did really good. That's awesome.
It was a great show. Yeah, appreciate it.
So this is where you discover wine, one sip at a time. Here at Cellars of Sonoma, I'm going to go ahead and clock us out, and we'll see you next week right here.
It's a beautiful